For the last part of this construction task, I had to create the double page spread for my magazine. To construct this, I again used Photoshop, just as I did for the last two parts of my magazine. As I have used Photoshop for these last two parts, I found it very easy to create my double page spread, and it took a lot less time as I knew what every tool did, making it more effective and less time consuming. Initially, I knew that I wanted to have a coloured background for my double page spread. As from my research, I had seen that most pop music magazines had coloured backgrounds. As I wanted to meet the conventions of the pop genre effectively, I thought I should do this too. I chose a light blue colour for this, as my main article was mainly about male models, so the colour would connote this aspect, and because I want to target the male and female gender, I felt this would be an appropriate colour without looking too masculine. So far throughout my magazine, I had featured my two models separately on every page. As I knew that my article spoke about both of them as a couple, the image I included as a result had both of them in it to connote the idea of being a couple and a gender equal magazine. I pre-edited this image on Photoshop to make it brighter and to fit the conventions of the genre better. I chose this image as both the models look straight forward, making eye contact with the reader, drawing them in. This seems to be what a lot of real magazines do with their image, so I thought I should follow this convention. Because I had already written my article, I copied it and placed it into columns around my image to emphasise this. I noticed from my research that the text usually tends to be featured around the main image, and they usually tend to only have one to make it look simple, effective, and not to draw too much attention away from the contents of the article. It took me a long time to find a font type, colour and font size that would allow my article to be readable and wouldn't clash with the main image or the background colour. I placed the text strategically around the image so that it appeared large and was one of the main focuses of the article, allowing it to stand out to the audience as nothing covered it. After looking at my double page, I noticed that it didn't really look much like a real one, so I added a border around the edges to add verisimilitude. Now that I am happy with the layout of my image and text, I placed the masthead in the top left hand corner and made Daniel's name the biggest font on the page so that it stood out. For the masthead, I added colour to certain letters to match with the theme I created on my front cover and contents page. These colours relate to the male and female genders by having pink, which are typically female colours, and then blue, which are typically male colours, connoting the equality in gender which I want to convey with my magazine. My magazine still looked quite plain, so I added a big letter D behind the article to emphasise the main artist. I decreased the opacity of this so that it didn't draw too much attention to itself away from the main image or art.